Back Woodley here. We got some trouble today and we are in the middle of a snow vortex. It has started snowing right around New Year's. It's the middle of February or the beginning of February, and it really hasn't stopped snowing since then. And this morning I was out blowing. I've been having this major issue with my fan shear bolts. I've broken 24 fan shear bolts. This morning, something much worse happened after changing the fan bolt for the third time. The fan shaft sheared off. So that's a big problem. Of what I'm planning to do today is take this blower off, take the subframe off, dig out my loader, and then dig a path to where the other blower is, see if I can put the subframe back on, blower, change the motor over, and hopefully at the end of that I have an operational snowblower, because as you can see, it's continuing to snow. We have over a quarter-mile driveway of snow blowing, and we really need this to keep things working. So if you're interested in that, come along. Let's see what we can get done today. I was so discouraged this morning, but I'm feeling hopeful right now. So there's a pin that goes through this onto the shaft, but the shaft must have broken off. I'm not sure exactly where it is, but my friend who's a fabricator I showed him the picture, and his take on that is like it's a manufacturing defect when something like that happens. It shouldn't, he said it should never shear, but obviously it did. So we'll have to see what we can do here. Purchased these skid shoes for this because my other ones broke on me this year. And so I was just realizing that I was just about to put this down to drop it off, and I'm like, no, I want to get these skid shoes off of here because they're quite a bit nicer than the ones that I have and the ones that are on the other one. So before we drop this down, I'm gonna pop these off. If you have an older blower, I would really highly recommend that you upgrade these skid shoes. They're not too expensive, and they're way beefier. There's some really really nice ones called, I think it's called Snow Dogs, that I was looking at, but they're pretty expensive. But these ones are this is just the Kubota factory ones, are a great upgrade, really affordable. Maybe 40 bucks a piece, something like that. All right, so there's a little kind of pin in here, that sort of your safety pin that you have, and then just a matter of pushing that back, and should be backing it out, and we should be free of the blower. But I have to disconnect my hydraulic hoses first. There we go. Got to keep working at it. All right, I got no idea if this is the issue or not, but I'm suspicious of if there's something frozen. I've already got a little more play with it, so that seems good, promising. Okay, there we go. Boom. subframe is going to have to go back on. So I want to try and all right, process. So that is off. All right. There's a pin that holds the subframe on. I'm going to get that PTO shaft off first. Okay. All right. So now that we got the PTO shaft off, I can pull the pin. Should drop down. We should be good to go. So I'm looking at this and I'm wondering, this something looks a little bit off to me. Oh, that's what's going on. Ah, very interesting. Okay. Now, there has been all this vibration going on, and somebody made a comment to me on a previous video about the PTO shaft having all this vibration in it that it shouldn't have. And I just noticed, look at this. See how loose these are right here? Look at those two. Those two have become super loose. Perhaps that vibration there was maybe the root cause of our issues. Let's see if these come off any easier. Okay, nice. So the next step is to get access here to the loader. I'm going to put you on the time lapse while I dig this out. It's hitting here, it's a little bit above it, but I think if we can get our hydraulic hoses on, then we should be able to lift it up and get that on there. We'll see. What do you think the chances of these not needing the pressure knocked out of them are? I think it's like 100% that I'm going to have to. So what happens to these hoses is when they're out in the sun, the pressure inside of them builds up and they have a tendency to not want to go on. That one went on pretty smoothly. Wow, I have never had that happen where all of those have gone on without me having to break the pressure off of them. So that's great. All right, now I'm going to see if I can manipulate that bucket to lift this up. Sometimes you have a little bit of fine tuning just to get that pulley in the slot here. Beautiful. Check the other one. Oh, it'll be interesting to see how much of this comes out.
The dark, 'cause once you let the light in, you won't see the beautiful stars shining down from afar. No, I ain't afraid of the dark. I don't mind the rain, bringing life back. We can breathe again when dealing with the pain. No, I don't mind the rain. And ooh, that's the way it goes. Life will teach you what you need to know. And ooh, like a river flows, life will take you where you need to go. Don't bother me, 'cause with eyes that's been through life, it's so much easier to see who I am and who I wanna be. No, getting old don't bother me. Truth can be a bitter pill, but it'll do you right and set you free the way a lie never will, like climbing up the steepest hill.
Have an idea of what we're working with. The first section of this here was pretty deep because the snow blower kind of reaches. You see that line over there, so it throws the snow back a good ways. It's probably close to 3 or 4 feet deep. And once I got past that snow blower line, I've got a little more ability. It's a little bit lighter, so I'm able to push the snow. Kind of made a spot here where I can dump, because where we're going is over there. If you have a spare snowblower, put it somewhere where you could actually get to it. Good lesson, Woodley.
It can be a bitter pill. That's the way it goes. Life will teach you what you need to know. And like the river flows, life will take you where you need to go. Teach you what you need to know. Ooh, like a river flows, life will take you where you need to go. And ooh, that's the way it goes. Life will teach you what you need to know. And ooh, like a river flows, life will take you where you need
It's the following day. The phone battery died last night. Yesterday was Super Bowl Sunday, and we started about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I went in at the second quarter. But we got this blower on, and I think it's going to function. There's one thing that I still have to do. Let me show you a closer look at that. In addition to those other ones that I showed you being loose, this one right here is also loose. But this nut, it's a 7/8 inch nut, and it takes a 1 5/16 socket. The largest socket that I had was a 32 millimeter, which is 1 millimeter too small for this. So what I had tried was I put a pipe wrench on it with an iron bar, and I had another pipe wrench on the inside, but I could not get this thing to budge. So thankfully Amazon had same day delivery, and I've ordered that because we've got about 4 or 5 inches of snow on the driveway now, and I'm expecting that to come in here in the next couple of hours to get this on. See if we can crank it down for it. If we can't crank this down, I have another subframe that I think I can take a bolt off of that and get it to go on here. Kind of give you a look at the condition of this here. It's quite a bit rusty. And again, the issue, I don't remember if I said it or not, but the issue of why I got the other blower, this is the one that I bought when I bought it used, is that the shaft is seized to the augers. And so if I hit something hard, those shear bolts aren't going to break, and it can break the gearbox. But in this situation, it's a risk worth taking for me. Here's the one that we dismantled. I had to take the chute motor that I had done earlier and put it back on this one here for it. The one thing I said that would make it all worth it is if this is the video that gets us to the 1,000 subscriber mark. So if you want to help me out and you haven't done so before, if you would subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. Come back in a future one and we'll find out if this one's working. But hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for following me. If you have any tips or thoughts, please leave them in the comments. I'm getting all the help, and I'm going to do my best to try and take them and implement them. I didn't quite know how far to go with that vibration comment, but that could have saved me all of this work if I had just dug a little deeper. So lesson learned, tough one for it, but we're pressing on. All right, God bless you.